Hey guys, what's up? It's Aurelius here again, bringing you part 2 of reacting to every single PragerU video, okay? And, we got off to a good start last time. We looked over, Paul Johnson, very old historian guy being taught from Prager's POV. We looked over this video. If you haven't seen it, you could it's on my channel, it's the first part of this, but whatever. Anyway, so today, we're going to be getting to 2 videos. We're going to watch these 2 videos. I've decided I'm going to do this probably instead of bursts of 2, or maybe 3 videos if we get for these 2 very quickly. But, so these are 2 videos by Adam Carolla, okay? Why bad luck is good and change your life. So let's get started, okay? Why bad luck is good. Let's see. Alright, so hold on, first of all, why bad luck is good. Adam Carolla, let's get Adam Carolla up there. Now, why bad luck is good. Let's see. Truth, insight, clarity, happiness, integrity, honor, American, Prager University. Alright? Let's see. Adam Carolla on luck. Hey, it's not the title. Wait a second. Damn. Oh.
Here's how
Hell yeah.
I look at life. You're unlucky.
Okay, wait. Who are you? Again, I forget. Let's see. Adam Carolla is an American radio personality, comedian, actor, and podcaster. Okay. Great. He had the most downloaded podcast in 2011, which is a year before this came out. Interesting. So he was a much bigger figure then. Cool. Views. Political. I guess I would be a Republican in the sense that I want a secure border. I'm not into the welfare state. I'm not into all those freebie lunch programs. It just kind of demeans people. Okay. Okay, so he's a libertarian. All right. In June 2012, he gave a printed interview to the New York Post where, among other things, he stated that chicks are always the least funny on the writing staff, and that dudes are funnier than chicks. Carolla's comments were criticized as sexist. Oh, really? He criticized coverage of his comments as oversimplistic and misleading. Yeah, sure. Okay, cancel culture. Carolla said if you've met anyone over 45, they'll tell you they got paddled, they got swatted, the teacher would smack them with a ruler. Paddling a kid's is pretty outrageous in 2020, and nobody would stand for it. But the people who engaged in it all the time, at the time when it was a common practice or had a context, we don't need to build a time machine so we can cancel culture them. In an interview with Tucker Carlson, Carolla said the cancel culture is destroying free speech and killing comedy. Damn. All right. Interesting. Oh, he participated in a celebrity race. Damn, okay. I can read about this guy. Let's get into the video.
I'm unlucky. We're all unlucky.
Okay.
But don't worry, that's a good thing.
All right. Whoa, what's this angle? Oh, God.
Let me make my point.
Okay.
You're not going to win the lottery. You're not going to win in Vegas.
Maybe, but what if I do?
You may get crabs. Well, you bring that on yourself.
Damn.
Actually, they don't want me to work blue, so I'll keep it straight. Now, people say to me all the time, Adam, what do you mean you're not lucky? Look at your house. Look at your cars. Look at your life. Look at your wife. Look at everything that you have.
Okay.
That's not luck. That's me.
Ah, okay. I see. I was wondering where this video was going to go. Okay.
I earned that.
Yeah.
And if I thought I was lucky,
damn,
I'd probably still be sitting in my 1-bedroom apartment in North Hollywood on my futon, scratching lottery tickets.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's just it. I know I'm unlucky. I've bet on the last 5 Super Bowls and lost.
Damn, they've really upped the production quality of these videos since back these. Oh my God.
As a matter of fact, I lost 4 in a row and said I'm not betting this last year because I lose every year. And Jimmy Kimmel called me and said, who do you like in the Super Bowl? And I said, I'm not betting, Jimmy. And he said, you have to bet. So I know how to bet because I'm going to bet against you because you're that unlucky.
Ah, okay.
And I lost. Thus, he won. It's always nice when a rich guy gets rich.
I love these comedic, the ding, or whatever that sound. They should have, I mean, now if they did this, they should have done every single time like the Vine boom sound effect. It's like, he's like, and I lost, boom. And he won, boom. And it, it's always nice when the rich guy gets richer, boom. I think that would really
People say, oh, well, if you hadn't met Jimmy Kimmel, you wouldn't have gotten to radio. So that was lucky. I'll grant you this. We're all lucky not to be born stillborn. or
Okay.
to have been clipped by a cattle truck when we were rollerblading, or not stepped in a bear trap when we were 5 years old and devoured by hyenas. That's how my cousin went.
Okay.
But the point is, yes, we're all lucky to be standing on this planet without a horrible disease. And I understand there's certain people that are super unlucky and have things like tumors and bronchitis and that sort of thing. We dodged that bullet. So, your dad could own a Ferrari dealership.
Okay.
That would put you at the top.
Jesus.
Or you could be born without your limbs. That would put you on the bottom.
Okay.
But then there's the middle. And the middle is where 99% of us reside.
I would not say that at all. Are you kidding me? What are you talking? I mean, okay, if you're talking about globally, there are huge amounts of people, hundreds of millions of people who are born into absolutely dire, awful circumstances, you know, extreme poverty, born, I don't know, having like STDs or whatever, like right from the start of their life, you know, I mean, like a whole ton of things that, you know, could, like, I mean, if you're talking within the United States, I mean, you know, even saying 99% there is a terrible thing to say. What are you talking about? I mean, there are tons of people who are, like, there's a pretty large percentage of the American population that lives in, like, really dire poverty, you know. I mean, it's definitely not, like, the majority, but, you know, I mean, here, hold on, wait a second. Well, let's just even start. Percentage of Americans with negative net worth. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that. 16.6 million U.S. households have negative net worth. You know, just starting out your life. You know, yeah, 1 in 5 American households have zero or negative wealth. Like, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks to have zero net worth, you know, or negative net worth and being born into that. You know, I mean, you know, it kind of sucks. That would really impede your life right from the start. Just no matter what you do, it's just going to make everything harder, regardless of the decisions that you make and the actions that you take that rhymed. So this is just a really dumb point. It's not 99% of people who are born in the middle, not at all.
And what I'm trying to tell you is, don't count on luck. Rely on hard work.
Sure, fair enough, right? But there's a lot of people for which, you know, for a lot of people though, you're gonna have a much better chance of your work actually being rewarded and getting stuff from your work than for other people, right? If you are born into an extremely low income situation and you are unable to get onto, and like, say, I don't know, maybe you have to work, well, you're in an area with a poorly funded school district, right, you're born into, and you know, you're kind of slacking behind as a result. You know, there's not as much social infrastructure in your neighborhood, your family has to like work all the time and can't really support you as much. You know, maybe by the time that you're able to, you're of the age that you can drop out, you just drop out of high school because you figure out, whatever, I'll just better off just like working some, like, I'm better off working in like a corner store for the rest of my life or whatever, you know, at least I can start making money now, you know. Then even if you're working incredibly hard, you're just going to be making less than someone who was able to stay into school, or, you know, get onto a track to like higher education and then get a better career, you know. And now look, you could luck out. You could luck out from that very low income scenario, or maybe not even luck out, but you could, you know, eventually get into a management position somewhere, you know, and then build money eventually, blah, 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 blah. But the whole point is that it's going to be harder for you. Not everyone is like equally unlucky. That is just not true. Not even close to true. And this is just, yeah, and I mean, it presents itself inside of a non-ideological way, but you see the very ideological framing of all of this to try to like dismiss concerns of people of, like, you know, systemic inequalities and stuff like that.
Look at life as a prize fight, and you've got to get up and do road work every morning, and you got to work that heavy bag, and you got to work that speed bag, and you got to work that double-ended bag. What's a double-ended bag? That's that one in the middle. It's got the bungee cord on each.
God, he's not even funny. Why did I get this angle? Is not very. it's not very, it's not. I don't mean to insult people's appearance, but it's not the like best angle for him. I wouldn't say. Also, this camera quality, the quality of the green screen. Oh my God, jeez.
Side and you go ding, 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 and it bounces like that. It's cool.
That's hilarious. That's really
I
funny.
digress. Why?
Why?
Because if you don't train, you'll go into that ring of life and get your ass whooped.
Thank you, Sylvester Stallone.
And I don't want to see that happen to you. So let's not rely on Vegas. Let's not rely on the lottery. Let's rely on hard work. But Adam.
Okay. Sure, you probably would be better off putting your money into things that aren't the lottery or literal gambling. I'd agree with that. Yeah, you're probably better off doing that, but I don't think most people are doing that. I mean, maybe some people spend a bit too much on stuff like that, and that might be an impediment, but that's kind of just a way to just completely dismiss, why people stay inside of the like worst situations.
You met Jimmy Kimmel. You're so lucky. He made your career.
Correct.
No. Jimmy did not come to my house. I went to Jimmy's work.
You were lucky enough to get into Jimmy's work. Here, I'm curious. Okay, let's just go back to Adam Carolla's thing. Let's see, Adam, not Sander. It is what's his name? Yeah, Sandler. Okay, yeah, Carolla. Let's see. Wait a minute. Yeah, how did he actually even get his start? Okay, so early life. Okay, he was born in L.A. County. Yep. He's not given a middle name. He was raised in Hollywood neighborhood. He attended high school. He did not receive his high school diploma until years later, as it was held by the school until a library fine was paid. Okay. Carolla can be seen paying off the book and receiving his diploma in an episode of 2005. Okay. During his youth, he played football for 7 years. He later suggested that being involved in sports saved him from a chaotic home. Like you see, yeah, exactly. There's plenty of communities that don't have social infrastructure like that, like proper sports teams, or the ability to stay in them for a protracted period of time. During his senior year, he distinguished himself in football. He's named to the first team offensive line. Okay. He began living on his own at the age of 18. He briefly attended a community college, where he's placed on academic probation. Okay, yeah. Although broke, weird language for a Wikipedia article, his friends and roommates owned a Cadillac limousine. Okay. He studied improv, and then he volunteered his services as a boxing trainer to prepare Jimmy Kimmel for a bout being staged. So I get his argument that, like, because look, you didn't exactly come from like some super like privileged background or whatever, being actually born in L.A. County. Being born in LA County and being able to participate in sports teams and being able to have like some social infrastructure behind you does actually put you in a pretty goddamn privileged position globally, to be honest, in a pretty lucky position globally. There's tons of people who do not have those things, but then so you kind of got lucky. Fair enough. All right, I guess I get the point. It's just a very dismissive way to frame the whole argument. Let's continue.
And I couldn't get into it because it was a radio station and it was locked up. And I came back the next morning and I got in and I found him and made my own luck.
Mm-hmm.
Figure if it ever comes down to a coin toss, if your resume is on a desk and there's someone else's resume on the desk and they're both exactly equal, they're going to pick the other guy's resume every time.
Okay, yeah, prepare for the worst. Yeah, sure.
Look at life that way. Thus, your resume must be twice as good as the guy you're going against.
Sure, but what if you can't make it twice as good because you can't get a job in the first place? Like,
now that you guys are all feeling like you're born under a dark cloud, let's get out there and take over the world. I'm Adam Carolla for Prager University.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. More courses like this one, please make a tax-deductible contribution to the Prager University Foundation. Amazing. Okay. Man. That was dumb. Okay. Let's see. What the hell? Hold on. What do you mean bad luck is good at almost? Okay, interesting. Wait, what? Okay, I hate when my mouse does that. Let's see. Let's see some other stuff. All right. The editor Adam Carolla video. His voice is so grating. I want to die. Oh my god, his voice. Jeez. Let's see. Change your life. All right, Adam. Adam Carolla, change your life. Lecturer Adam Carolla, Life Studies Department. They should have be like fake like PhD, but then if it's question, it's like no, but it's a Prager honoris doctorate or whatever PhD is. What does PhD mean? Hold on, wait a second. PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. Okay, nice. Interesting. Sorry, I just got something. Anyway, let's see. So, Adam Carolla, change your life. Let's see.
I'd like to talk about
emotional
growth, aka change. The greatest part about being a human being that we completely ignore.
Fair enough.
If you think about it, every other species on the planet is unable to change. Polar bears, they can't change.
I mean, that's not...
Actually, you can ask.
I mean, I guess if you mean in like in terms of their personality and who they are and whatever, sure. But
now you know what? Don't bother.
Their state can change over time. I guess.
Really, nothing else on the planet can change.
I'm being pedantic.
But us, we can change. It's the greatest thing about being a human being. Yet we squander it every single day. How many people do you know that are exactly the same as they were in high school? And by the way, that's always bad. Even if you're good in high school, not changing is bad. But most of the people I know started off bad. And whatever habits they had, good or bad, or idiosyncratic behavior, they're taking it straight to the grave.
God, these are so odd. Their style and presentation has changed so much. This is like really odd and like almost like strange, like self-help stuff. I mean, The
only way you can change, and believe you me, everybody around you wants you to change in some way, shape, or form. That's the sad part. Yes, we would all love you to change, and the only way you can change is through internalizing. The way you internalize is just about everything that happens in your life, you make yourself responsible. And it's easy to do, it's painful to do, it's rarely done, but here's how you do it.
What do you mean internalize?
Let's just say I wanted some froyo. And by the way, how lazy are we that we can't even say Zen and Gert? Let's just say I wanted some frozen yogurt. And I got in my car and I went up the street and I went to the frozen yogurt place and it was closed. Now I could pound on the glass and throw my hands up to the heavens and scream, why? It's noon, it's Tuesday, it's the middle of the summer. You guys should be open. This is an outrage. Or I can think, you know what, I should have called first. Because the only way I can get anything out of this experience is by turning it to myself and on myself and internalizing. And I'm not saying...
This is literally like, this is just saying like very basic like principles of like, yeah, you know, you can't really change situations, I guess. You can only really change how you kind of respond to them or whatever. You can't really change the world, but you can change yourself in some ways and change how you interpret and react to things and how you regard them going forward. Sure, right? And then it's taking that and kind of packaging it into this this dumb new format.
Saying I'm a bad man or should be incarcerated for not calling them first.
I think you should be incarcerated, not for anything, for that terrible Photoshop. Come on, man. Okay, there's two layers. You have the guy and you have the bars. Take him and put him behind the bars.
But if I can get into...
Come on, they really just left him overlaid over the bar. And also, what's with his face? What do his lips look like? What? Wait, what? Oh, man, this guy looks so odd. What an interesting art design. Come on, they didn't put him behind... Dude, oh my god, he's not he's outside of the bars. Put him behind them.
the
Sorry,
habit
I'm losing my mind.
of making almost everything my, not fault, but responsibility, then I can use what was a wasted trip across town into a learning
It's better to learn from mistakes
Whether it's,
rather than
riding a motorcycle with no helmet,
you know, ruin
or
your,
going to the
your
froyo
life over them or
place
whatever.
and finding
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not open. You are the first person that makes that decision. And if you're going to blame your teachers, meaning I got an F because they don't like me, or you're going to blame your girlfriend or boyfriend, they don't listen, they don't understand. Every guy I meet is in love with himself and never listens. Well, what? Every guy you meet, what's the one constant in this equation? Well, that would be you. So please find a mirror and start looking into it. Change, as a human being, should not be something we shun. It should be something we embrace. And it is humbling.
See, it's so odd to say something like this and then simultaneously be on a channel like PragerU, which like embraces stuff like punitive justice, for example. You know, like saying, like having a video, like one of the first videos on the channel, be like, oh, people can change, everyone can change, blah 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 blah. You know, but then being from like a mouthpiece of like the American right, which is by far like one of the most like biggest forces for like punitive justice systems or whatever, probably on the planet, given that they uphold America's, you know, carceral system, which is extremely punitive and very much embraces the notion that no, people can't change. It's just odd. I get that it's talking about two different dynamics, but it's just funny to see that you know, the kind of bizarre contradictions within those things. So you people can change when we're talking about like dismissing the fact that people are currently inside of like, you know, situations or whatever, blah 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 blah. But you know, actually, if we're talking about, you know, people who've made mistakes or whatever, no, they can't change. We need to put them away forever. And he's not directly stating that here, but the fact that it's on a mouthpiece that says stuff like that, it's just odd. It's a very odd contradiction to me.
And it doesn't feel good, but it's the greatest gift we have as human beings. Again, salamanders and koala bears, although what would you change about a koala bear? They're so squeezable, those guys. They don't have a choice. We can go from unemployable, horrible, uneducated to God's gift to humanity.
Strange.
Just a little something called change, and first, internalize.
He's got to take responsibility for everything in your life. You can change everything, but no, you can't actually. You can change how you react to things and interpret things, and maybe make your chances better in the future. But you can't change everything about your life, unfortunately. You know, like it's just framing this in like a way that, like, yeah, it's just like it neglects all responsibility to other actors and other factors, and everything is placed on you. When no, that's not good. I mean, obviously, you don't want to bemoan the existence of like unfairness in the world and whatever. You want to recognize that and just kind of approach it in a way where you can respond to things properly in a way that's more productive. But it doesn't mean that you have to say that everything is my fault. I don't know, it's just a kind of strange way to frame it.
I'm Adam Carolla for Prager University.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks. Very life-changing stuff, Adam. I appreciate that. Yeah, only saw 2 5-minute videos on his channel. It's already better than TED Talks. Well, I'm not a huge fan of TED Talks, to be honest, so, you know, fair enough, I guess. Yeah. Every kid in America should watch this. Unfortunately, most of our youth are being taught that they are perfect, and the world needs to change to accept them. I wonder what he's talking about here. I doubt few have heard the phrase personal responsibility. Yeah, ain't that right? Ain't that? That's so right. Ain't that right? Come on. Okay. This is the opposite of blaming my problems on cops, though. I guess this is talking about those damn liberals. I've admired Adam Carolla for a long time. Now that he's on a Prager video, I admire him more. You dumb man, Adam. 6 years ago, this was from the... Okay, whatever. People are strange. Great, simple explanation of Jungian psychology in layman's terms. This is even... Okay, whatever, Aaron. Interesting. Excellent as always. Right on, Adam. You are so right. Okay. Alright. That's fun. That's some fun content. Jesus. What the... man. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it very much. Okay, well, I guess this had a more lower tone than the other one because I guess it's just kind of like that's an interesting look though into the kind of like that how they PragerU ends up like and not just PragerU but a lot of conservative media. What they do is they appropriate like self-help concepts and stuff like that, and then they use them as this way to funnel in kind of right-wing ideology into it because you see aspects of that kind of peeking out of the blinders there, right? Where it's like points that otherwise could be salient about like, accepting your situation in life, accepting your lot in life and trying to move forward with it, which is important, even if your lot in life is unfair and you don't deserve what's going on, right? It's more constructive to move forward than to fall into a rut, and lose motivation, no matter how hard that may be. But the thing that they do is they take that and then they end up saying, no, there's nothing wrong. No, you're actually fine. Everything's fine. You just need to try harder. Lol. And it's like, that's not true for a lot of people. For a lot of people, the world is very unfair to them. Refusing to acknowledge that, it's dumb. That's very dumb. And is a way to just funnel in right-wing talking points into what otherwise could be okay advice. But what do you expect from Adam Carolla? Okay. Well, anyway, I was reacting to another 2 of those videos, and I guess next time we'll get to, what is this? Is this the former PM of Spain? Okay, interesting. Okay, well, we'll get to some other stuff. All right, well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. See you guys next time. I was Aurelius, and bye-bye. Have a good one. Bye.